Are you going to stay here? If you're going to be in the video, you have to look at the camera. In less than 2 weeks, I am heading to the Philippines for the very first time on a solo backpacking adventure. Now, in terms of tourist visas, as far as I'm aware, you can get a 30-day tourist visa very easily, completely for free. You don't really need to do anything. Now, I don't think that 30 days is quite enough for me. I really want to visit a lot of places and I don't want to rush. I want to be flexible with my itinerary and my time. So I'm going to try and get a 60-day tourist visa, which isn't quite so easy to obtain. So I'm going to share with you exactly what I'm doing, exactly what I need, and exactly how I am preparing for my Philippines adventure. So yesterday I called the Filipino embassy. Luckily there is actually one here in Perth, Australia, which is so handy, otherwise I would have to travel very far to get to one. Honestly, before I called, I was expecting it to be really hard. I thought it was going to be really hard to get through, or they were just going to tell me that I needed to go online to do everything. But it was the complete opposite. The phone was answered straight away. She's booked me in for an appointment the next morning, all on the phone, told me exactly what I needed to bring, and that was that. So my appointment is in about 15 minutes with the Philippine embassy. I'm a little bit early, so I'm just waiting in the car. And I've been told to bring with me my visa for Australia, like just my tourist visa, my passport, 54 Australian dollars in cash specifically, and my flight itinerary in and out of the Philippines. Now, I hadn't booked my flight when I called her on the phone because I didn't know if this was even going to work, how long the visa takes to process, if it was even going to be possible, but she said that it would just take 3 days to process. So I was like, oh, sweet. So in a panic after my phone call, I booked my return flight to Perth, which honestly I hated because I hate booking return flights. Arguably, I probably could have paid a little bit extra to get a flexi flight, but I am a backpacker on a budget, so I didn't do that. I'm flying Scoot, which is interesting. I've never flown with them before. I'll let you know how that goes. But yeah, anyway, I've booked my flight. I've done what they wanted me to do. I think I've got everything that I need for my appointment, so I'm gonna head to the embassy now. Right, update. She said I was supposed to have filled in a form online, but she's just given me that form now, but part of it is saying I need a passport size photo, which I do not have, so she's just told me to go 5 minutes around the corner to the post office to get the picture done, but then she said just then come back, but she's held on to all my documents there, so hopefully they're safe with her. I'm gonna go get my passport photo done. Righto, hello, I'm back again. I went to the shopping centre, I got my passport photo, and then I went back and then I paid the $54, and she said that that's fine, they're gonna send it off for application now. She said it should take 3 working days, it's currently Thursday. They have to hold on to my passport and all my documents and stuff. She just said come back on Wednesday to pick it up because it should be done by then, but she said they're not gonna let me know. They were like, it should be 3 working days. So if you come back on Wednesday, you'll be able to pick it up, which is a bit odd. Like I was like, are you not gonna email me or text me just to be like, oh hey, you know, it's done, you're all good, come pick it up? She was like, no. I was like, oh, okay. I guess all I can do is wait until Wednesday. Hopefully I don't need my passport on a night out or anything before then. You never know with Australia. I'd be lying if I didn't say that I'm apprehensive and a little nervous for this trip. Am I going to make friends quickly and easily? Is it going to be easy to get around on public transport? Am I going to be made to feel uncomfortable or stared at times for being a young white female? Probably, maybe, I don't know. I haven't actually backpacked a country solo like this in so long, and I kind of forgot how it makes me feel. I've completely lost my appetite. This has happened before, and I think it's nerves, a little bit of anxiety, which I'll go into. It's exciting, but my God, it's scary. Like, so much can happen over the next 2 months. I hope I have fun. I know I will. The Philippines looks insane, and I'm going to be completing my rescue dive out there as well, which I'm so excited for. I feel like this trip is coming at a really good time for me personally, because I haven't mentioned this before because I'm still kind of trying to come to terms with it, but when I was back on the East Coast, I had a couple of panic attacks. Very unexpected, as I really kind of thought that phase in my life had passed, and I'm still trying to figure out why they happened. Turns out I'm really good at telling myself that I'm not good enough. I'm really good at procrastinating, at not replying to messages, really good at blaming myself for everything, really good at taking responsibility for everyone else's happiness. If they're not having fun, it's my fault. I'm boring, it's always my fault. I'm really good at being angry at myself for all of this, like just Freaking hell, Christiane, just pull yourself together. But you can't just pull yourself together. Anyway, mentally, I have had a shit couple of weeks. And like I said, I think this trip is coming at a really good time for me. I'm ready to be selfish, to focus on myself, my own well-being, my happiness, to not compromise myself for anyone else. I'm traveling solo, so I am completely in control and nobody knows me unless they've seen my YouTube channel, which seems to happen quite a lot in hostels. But anyway, most people don't know me, so I can just work on being the absolute best version of myself without any judgment. It's a chance for me to disconnect. I've heard that many islands in the Philippines have really terrible Wi-Fi and service, and honestly, I don't think that's a terrible thing for me. Just to completely disconnect from the world, stop comparing myself to other people online. I'm going to work on things that make me happy. Spend a lot of time in the ocean. I'm going to work on my surfing. I'm going to do loads of diving, just spend loads of time with the fishies and the ocean. I'm going to try and be as sustainable as possible, living and eating. This isn't something I really talk about on my channel because I know I have not been the best advocate for preaching about sustainability, but it's something that I do really want to try and improve on. I care about the world that we live in and the future of it, and I know the Philippines are a very up and coming country in supporting sustainable initiatives. I don't know if you heard about the massive reinvention of Boracay, but they completely closed the whole island down for a whole 6 months to clean it up and reintroduced it completely different to how it was before, so that it's going to be much better preserved for the future. And so I hear the Philippines have many more similar plans in store, which I personally think is also a short-term loss that will benefit a very much long-term gain. Well done, Philippines. But avoiding plastic in Southeast Asia is notoriously difficult, so I will let you know how I go with that, and I actually plan on making a whole video about it. Now, in terms of planning my trip, I've taken to what I know, and that is YouTube. I typed in how to travel the Philippines, and of course, Christian LeBlanc's videos come up first. I've watched this one several times. Very, very good. Highly recommend. I started watching that one. It was 8. This one by Noah VDE. Very, very good. That's made me actually feel really comfortable about the Philippines and where I'm going to go. That's all I've watched so far. And then what I've been doing on Google Maps is just wherever these people say is really good, where they recommend, if it's a hostel or a tour or just like a place in general. I've been starring it on my Google Maps. So there's a bunch of places in Cebu, Palawan, Manila's up here. That's where I'm landing my flight into. Like Siquijor and Siargao Island. I don't even know how to say it, but that has helped me so much. I'm not planning a proper itinerary because I just want to go with the flow, if I'm honest. But just having these hotspots here is so useful for me, especially if I'm there and I happen to feel a bit lost and I don't know where to go. I'll be like, this one's close by, let me go here. And yeah, that's basically how I've been doing it. I obviously hope to be vlogging the whole time I'm in the Philippines and have a video for each new location that I visit. And I do hope to make my own travel guide at the end. Hopefully after 60 days I'll know enough about the country, and then you guys can get my perspective, because I haven't seen any solo female travellers from the UK do a travel guide, and I think it's always nice to see people from your home country do it. So I really hope I can do that for you after the Philippines. You guys have been helping me do some really good research as well. I reached out on my Instagram stories to ask what SIM network I should be going with, and literally the vast majority of people have said Global, so I think I'm going to go with them. Though a few people have said that Smart is better on some of the smaller islands. I still think I'm going to go with Global, but considering maybe getting 2 SIM cards, I don't know. I think I'll figure that out closer to the time. I also asked about which airline or which agency is best to book flights around the Philippines, because obviously there's so many islands and you can get boats which take a long time, but you can also fly from place to place, which is a bit more expensive. A lot of people were saying Cebu Pacific to get the app, but a lot of different opinions on how best to fly around the Philippines actually. And I'll put what everyone said around here if you are wanting to know the same thing. So I've done my research, and honestly I do feel so much more confident about my trip now. This is why YouTube is bloody great, and Google Maps and Instagram. Thank you guys if you gave a recommendation. The internet is just wonderful sometimes. Alright guys, very sunny Wednesday. I am back here again at the Philippines General Consulate. Is that how you say it? The Philippines Embassy in Perth. Like they said, I've just arrived on the Wednesday. They've given me no heads up as to whether my visa's actually ready or not. But I'm taking a risk. It's 9 AM and I'm gonna go in and see what they got for me. Hopefully my visa's been approved. Fingers crossed. Woohoo, everybody! I got my visa. Where is it? It's in here somewhere. It's a big page dedicated to the Philippines. Can you even see that? I'm not so sure. How exciting. I can stay in the Philippines for 59 days. Bloody great! Well, I already have my return flight anyway, so I wouldn't have stayed longer than that. That's why they do it. That's why they get you to book your return flight. Yay! It's all becoming very real. I have booked my first few nights in Manila just to help me settle in and have somewhere specific to go after I get off the plane. I always like to have my very first accommodation booked when I arrive into a new country. I have actually decided my next destination for after Manila, but I'm going to keep that a secret for now and reveal it as I go. But after that, I have not planned where I'm going because I want to keep this trip as flexible and spontaneous as possible. But I do of course have my bucket list and my research, which is good because then I have a rough idea of my options as I go. Anyway, I'm rambling. Those are all of my thoughts before solo backpacking the Philippines and what I've been doing to prepare. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I actually really enjoyed making this one and documenting this process. So let me know if you want to see more stuff like this. And I will see you in the next video, which may well be in the Philippines. Bye.
I've got a plan. I've got an atlas in my hands. I'm gonna tell